This city survived the War of 1812, the Civil War, and God knows how many hurricanes. But when Lincoln Clay went after the mob, he inflicted more damage than all the wars and hurricanes combined.
Hey guys, this is a PwwerUp first impression and initial review of Mafia 3. So Mafia 3 was never really a game that I got too excited for. It was kind of just one of those titles that slipped through the cracks. Maybe you watched a couple trailers of it, you saw when it got released, maybe watched a couple review videos. That was really kind of the extent of my interaction with it. I never really followed it. I wasn't waiting for it to come out. So this was definitely more of a spontaneous kind of buy. Kind of like I needed a new game to play this weekend, or I wanted a new game to play this weekend. And Mafia 3 was conveniently released on Thursday. But you know what? I don't regret picking it up. Actually, I'm actually kind of glad that I picked it up because this game ended up being really good. So with that being said, let's get into it a little bit more and see if this game might be right for you.
Holy fucking shit! It's beautiful!
So I made this video for you guys out there who might be on the fence about Mafia 3. Because that was me a couple days ago. I was watching first impression videos, early gameplay footage, trying to decide whether or not Mafia 3 was worth the money. Or if I should wait for it to go on sale after a couple of months. So I'm hoping this video gives you an idea of what Mafia 3 is like, and hopefully it helps you guys out with your purchase decision. Alright, well first off let's start with how it runs, because that seems to be the biggest issue that's been popping up with most people that have been playing the game. So I currently play on the PC. Which is capped at 30 FPS, which is kind of lame. But you know what, honestly, it's not like it really takes that much away from the game itself. Like, yeah, it doesn't look as good and it feels a little sluggish, but the developers did say that they'd be releasing an update to unlock the game's FPS coming up here soon, which should improve the experience. But right now, I don't really think that it takes too much away from the game. That's just my opinion. A few people have also been reporting crashes and overall optimization issues, even on the console side, which I find really surprising because really, when is the last time we saw a console game crash consistently? I'm not sure if I'm just lucky, but I haven't had any issues in all the 7 hours I've put into the game. I've got a decent machine. I've got the Dell 7559 gaming laptop, and it's running with a GTX 960M. I've been playing on max graphics at 1080p, and so far I've got 0 crashes, solid and consistent frame rates. I mean, albeit at 30 FPS, but again, it's been solid. It's been reliable.
Should've killed me when you had the chance, asshole!
As for the graphics, it has been running really smooth for me, but that doesn't detract from how dated they look. I've only had a chance to play the PC version so far, but I really haven't been blown away, especially for a modern AAA title. The low textures and wishy-washy effects, like the transitions between rainy weather and sunny weather, or some of the texture clipping, it can really take away from the overall gaming experience, which is really unfortunate because Mafia 3 is actually a pretty good game. I was definitely expecting a lot more from the PC version. But again, the developers have said they're releasing updates, so hopefully that can fix some of the graphical hiccups that are currently in the game.
People around here, they don't get it. Never will. Keep your ass out of trouble.
So now let's talk about Mafia 3 itself and how it plays. I'll start off with the story, which is really captivating and is easily the best part of the game. So in a nutshell, and trying not to give away any big spoilers, this is a revenge story where you play as Lincoln Clay, who's a Vietnam veteran who just came back from his tour of duty, and right off the bat he gets himself into some pretty bad situations, which end up with you trying to build your own mafia family to take over a fictional New Orleans called New Bordeaux. The story itself is great. It really drives the gameplay, and it urges you to take on just one more mission or one more side mission, because even the side missions are pretty good, just to find out what happens next and how you get to grow your budding empire.
Damn, if that wasn't a gas. Oh, I seem to remember me and Ellis running from the cops, and Danny ending up in the drunk tank.
The setting of New Orleans is unique and somewhere we haven't really been before in a video game, which I found really refreshing. And the same thing with the time period. The late 60s and 70s isn't visited too often in video games. The Mafia 3 does a really great job of immersing you in the setting and the time period, with their use of music from that time and the sound and dialogue for the period. They do a really great job at making you feel like a black man in a deep southern state in the late 60s and 70s. The voice acting is top notch, and the characters that you're interacting with are all very interesting and unique in their own way. They can make you like or hate them with every passing cutscene and interaction, which I found really satisfying. Now, I love playing games with great storytelling, and I tend to forgive some of the shortcomings if a game has an immersive story and characters, and in that sense, Mafia 3 checks all those boxes for me. So maybe take these impressions with a grain of salt, because I'm very into Mafia 3's story.
Now who wants to get shit-faced? Boy. Wouldn't have been a bad idea if they got the motherfucker.
So let's talk about gameplay. Mafia 3 really does let you have free reign over how you accomplish each mission. Like, you can choose to take a car and just drive it into the enemy stronghold, guns blazing, that would make even the Expendables proud. Or you can choose to find a hole in the compound wall and isolate each individual bad guy, taking them out one by one using stealth. Or sometimes you can even choose to create a distraction and avoid nearly all the combat altogether and just confront the boss directly. New Bordeaux truly is your open world for you to have your way with. Now, I feel like the shooting and combat gameplay pretty good. The guns feel and sound powerful as you throw deadly firepower at your enemies, just like the weapons that they're meant to simulate. Shotguns sound appropriately sturdy as you blow an enemy across the room at close range, and the heavy machine guns thudding when you throw rounds down range. It all sounds great. Even the handguns feel like they make a sweet impact with every shot you take. Now, this is compared to some of the other open world games where the weapons feel like they're just pew 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 and they're just a secondary thing to the actual open world game. But the weapons in Mafia 3, they feel really solid and they feel great.
Lucky bastard! I'm done playing! There's that fucker.
Hand-to-hand combat feels just as gratifying, with Lincoln's big haymakers smashing just like you'd think they would from a big ex-Special Forces soldier. And not to mention the deadly Shadow of Mordor-esque finishers as you stealth around the map as Silent Death. Unfortunately, the enemies you'll be fighting are pretty lackluster. The AI is kind of dumb, letting you interrogate their friends right in front of them, or just watching and waiting for their turn as you pull off one of your brutal melee takedowns on a nearby comrade, making even some of the more tense moments seem like child's play, which significantly retracts from what is a pretty compelling immersive gameplay experience.
Maintain.
So the final verdict for this first impression. So far, I found it to be a very enjoyable game. Is it $80 enjoyable? I'm not sure, that's still left to be seen. I need to play a bit more of a game. But right now, with 7 hours under my belt, I would say it should be like a $60 to $70 game. So if you're on the fence, I would say maybe wait a couple of months for a sale and then pick it up. But with that being said, if anything I've highlighted in this video has piqued your interest, I don't think you would regret spending the full price for it either. Mafia 3 is an enjoyable, immersive, story-driven experience, but I would recommend to any gamers that love a good story and don't mind some quirks that could possibly be addressed with upcoming patches. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped some of you. If you liked it and think I should get into more of this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up. And part 1 of my Mafia 3 Let's Play should be up shortly after this. So hit subscribe if you want to see more Mafia 3.
Now who wants to get shit-faced?